Good morning, everyone. I am currently in Tulsa, Oklahoma, at the Tulsa Central Library, participating in Library Journal's annual Director Summit. For those of you who have been at the library for a while, you may recall that last year I went to San Diego for the same summit. And this year I really wanted to come because they've done a big renovation of the Tulsa Library. So I obviously don't have the time to make you sit and watch a whole tour, but let me just show you what I'm standing in front of. This is their outdoor event space. They use this for story times and for programs, and you can rent it out for your wedding. And it's a little cold to go out there today, but it's a very cool space, and they use their old building and renovated it. So it just shows what you can do with older buildings to bring them into 21st century library work. But really, I wanted to pop on because two things I wanted to talk to you about briefly, and I'm going to put some links below if you're interested in learning more. One is that if you haven't already seen it, on Tuesday I gave a 6-month update of expanded hours to the mayor and city council. It's called an informal report. I'm going to attach that to this email, the informal report that I presented to them. And then yesterday there was an article in the Star Telegram about that report. And it is awesome. We are up about 27% across the board when it comes to all things. So that's visits, programs, circulation, computer use, programs. And then we're up, trying to remember, about 13% in visits and 5% in circulation and something crazy like 30% in new cards. So if you've been wondering what the result of these expanded hours are, this is it. More people are using their library. And I said this to the mayor and council, and I will say it to you. It is because of you. I told them that over 200 staff changed their schedule in order to serve our community better, and that is you. Many of you were used to working the same shift as your coworkers, and not very many weekends, not very many evenings, and for many of you that changed dramatically. So I hope that you'll take a look at the informal report and the Star Telegram article, and you'll feel what I feel, which is pride. I am so proud that we are now open hours that our community needs us to be open, and they are telling us that through their use of the library. So thank you, thank you, thank you. The other thing is you may have been hearing something about Macmillan publishers and ebooks. Macmillan is an ebook vendor that we buy ebooks from. They're a publisher, and we currently buy books from that they publish, both print and ebooks and other formats. And they recently changed their policy, and now for new ebooks, we can only buy one copy in the first 8 weeks after publication. So whereas before we could buy 10 copies or 20 copies or 50 copies, now we can only buy one for the first 8 weeks. What does that mean for our users? Well, that might mean longer hold lists, especially for new popular bestsellers. And we could buy 20, then the hold list would be shorter, but now we can only buy one. This was announced a couple months ago. There's been a lot of controversy. There's a petition online which librarians and members of the community have signed, and the State Librarian Association met with Macmillan last week to plead the case for them not doing this, and they are still doing it. It ended up in, I think, NBC4 last week, and I'm going to link that below for you. So I just want you to be informed in case any of your patrons ask about it. We will continue to buy ebooks from Macmillan. We're not happy with their new policy, but we are not planning to boycott the way that some libraries are. We're just going to make do. We're going to buy that one copy, and then if something's really popular, we'll buy more copies after the 8 weeks is over. It's not a perfect solution, it's not a perfect answer, but it's also not the first and probably won't be the last time that libraries and publishers argue over ebooks. I do want to correct one thing that Macmillan says in their statement. They say that libraries take away book sales from publishers, and we know that's not true. Your readers, they use the library and they buy books. And I'll quote a past boss of mine who used to say, buy the best and borrow the rest. So don't let it worry you. Everything's going to be just fine, but I did want you to be informed. So this ended up being a long one. I'll cut it short here. But as always, thank you for everything that you do for our community every single day. And I am so looking forward to coming back to Fort Worth today. Bye.